Hey.
Lauren here.
And Ben.
And welcome to Vlogmas Day, whatever day we choose to drop
Yeah,
this
we have
video.
not yet decided when we will fit this one in, but...
No, but you will be seeing us in Vlogmas, and we will be doing our wrap-up.
Yes.
Our weekly wrap-up.
Yes.
At the time...
How did you manage to read that much? This is like a short week.
Because I planned ahead and picked easy, fast reads.
I did the same, and I still have half of what you did.
Yeah. Well, I'm just that cool.
You are.
I did start the week with an amazing one. This was from Jen, the Bookish Blonde, recommended this to me. It is a Rebecca retelling.
Oh, yeah. And
it's called The Winters by Lisa Gabriel. I have never heard of this author. I don't know if this is, I mean, she's got a Liv Constantine blurb on here, but I had never heard of it.
I don't know who that is either.
The Last Mrs. Parrish.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. But yeah, I had never heard of her. And Rebecca has, I think 2026 might be the year that I attempt to read Rebecca.
I think you should now, because then you can make a comparison, like how well was the retelling done.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a tough nut to crack, retelling a classic.
Yeah. Does it hold up? I really enjoyed this. However, I have not read Rebecca. So will I enjoy it? TBD, to be determined.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a good one. And then I started some short reads. So The Girls at 17 Swan Street. This was mediocre. It's about, it says girls, but it's mainly the one girl. It's a house full of girls in like a treatment center for anorexia. And I had never read a book about like eating disorders or anything. So I thought it was interesting. But the way it was written, and it's super short. Like, look at all the space. Like the whole book is like that. So it's a really fast read, but the way it's written, and I don't even know.
You must have blazed through this because I don't remember you even mentioning this one.
The way it's written, I wasn't that attached to the main character or to any of the real characters. I don't know.
It's funny. It says it'll resonate with fans of Augustin Burroughs' memoirs, which you also did not enjoy.
That is funny.
That's a quote from Booklist on the cover, and you did not enjoy Augustin Burroughs.
We literally just talked about The Wolf at the Table, his memoir. Yeah, that's, well, I guess it did not resonate
as predicted.
Yes, I guess that's my fault. But then we finished off, it was our last week of November, so I had to finish off one more true crime. And this was While Idaho Slept by J. Reuben Appelman. And when I bought this, I had seen the documentary of the college kids at Idaho that were brutally murdered. So it was kind of an interest. I was drawn to it because of the documentary. I knew some things about it, but it's
a lot in the headlines these days.
Well, going on Goodreads, this book has gotten some hate because when this was written, the trial hadn't even happened, and should we be knowing some of these details? I don't know. I will say I did enjoy the way this is written. I'm particular about true crime because sometimes it can be too police procedural, dry, I guess. This one, he really went into made them human, made the victims human, like they were just, I mean, obviously they were just normal college kids, but you learn some things about them, and you learn some things about the murder, and I guess I can say that now because if AI is correct, I believe in July he pled guilty. So, and he's gotten like some life sentences now.
Okay.
So
I can picture the dude, but now I can't think of his name offhand, but the suspect.
Brian something. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't.
The case is very interesting, but
this book is kind of icky, but I did enjoy it.
There's just kind of that looming question of is it like
right,
exploitative to do it, and to do it especially right now while the trial's underway or hasn't started. Like it's a bit sticky there.
It is, but I will say that the guy, he wrote it not in a dry. It was what I liked it.
You struggle with true crime if it's too procedural.
Yes. Yeah. And then lastly, again, let's bust some Fridas out because they're quick. Do you remember this? I did not care for. I did not care for this book. It was very, before I go to sleep, the S.J. Watson book, every night she goes to sleep and she forgets when she wakes up in the morning. So it was very much taken from that. I feel like Frida does that. Like all of her books are kind of like inspired by something already else out there.
I've never read her, but the way you've talked about her, we've had a few conversations where it's like, oh, is she writing homages to these things? It seems like she does that.
Yeah, and and honestly, I didn't care for Before I Go to Sleep, which is kind of a hot take, but I didn't really care for that book either. So
there's like a sticker stuff.
Oh yeah, but that was my week, other than my good old Goosebumps.
So we're doing this a bit earlier than we usually do, and I knew that I was not going to have as much time to read because it being the week of Thanksgiving and having some stuff planned. So I tried to finish one quick audiobook, and then I wrapped up something that I'd been reading for a while.
Ooh, yeah, I'm interested in that one.
I did the audio version of Starve Acre by Andrew Michael Hurley, and I think this is his second book. He has a novel called The Loney, which sounds like a lot of similar vibes, but it's very much like isolation, like family that's in grief because their young son passed away and they're in sort of an isolated area. And the premise, I think, sounds really good. There was a lot of pluses to me in some of the writing. This is, by all accounts that I can find, very much like an intelligent read, to where it's like you have to be paying attention and picking things up. The horror is really subtle. There's a lot of switching of timelines.
Ooh, confusing.
And I think if you're not paying attention, it can be confusing. And I think because I tried to get through this quickly, I think I kind of like messed myself up a little bit.
Yeah,
like I didn't really get into it. I didn't have a great experience, but I think it's because this is not a passive read.
That's not a long book.
It's not long, and that's why I picked it, because the audiobook was short. The hold came up. It's only like 200 pages. The audio, I think, was like 6 hours, something like that. So I feel like I might need to give the author another chance, or maybe give this one another chance when I can pay more attention to it. I did not have a great experience because I think I couldn't just keep doing something while I'm listening to it. I think it needed my full attention. So maybe at some point in the future, I'll sit down and physically read the book, and that way I can actually experience the whole thing. But didn't have a great time with it this week. And then I bought this. I feel like I mentioned a lot, but I bought this back on the book crawl. This was sort of a surprise buy. We went to a store on the book crawl that only sells manga.
And
I thought,
manga.
And I'm like, there's really nothing here that I would want, but I wasn't really thinking about Junji Ito. So I read Uzumaki.
This is a beloved one.
It is.
I've heard it's
incredible.
Terrifying.
Terrifying. Yeah. So it's a graphic novel, so it's words and pictures, and he does both. I almost feel like I can't show on YouTube the pictures in here because they are scary. There is some really terrifying imagery. A lot of body horror, a lot of psychological elements. The basic premise is these people in this small, remote Japanese town that is somehow cursed by the spiral. And you don't really know like what it is or what's causing it, but it's wreaking havoc. Like people are going nuts, and
there's spirals everywhere. Like you said,
spirals
are
everywhere.
Fingers.
Yeah. So there's one chapter where the first few chapters are basically about a couple of people who are like terrified of the spiral. The one guy becomes obsessed with it, and it ends up leading to his death. And then his family is then like terrified of it because they don't want the same thing. So the woman is like cutting her fingertips off because there's spirals there. And that is crazy enough, but that's just where it starts.
So is the writing, is the story good, or is it, do the pictures make this book?
It's both. Both.
Okay.
Yeah. So the writing, it's written like a comic book. So it's not like details and descriptions. It's a lot of dialogue and like a little bit of context, and most of it's black and white. I mean, you can see there's not a lot of words per page. No. So it is like 600 some odd pages, but
it's fast.
It's not 600 pages of full paragraph text. Yeah. It's very fast. But I mean, I'll show you, like, look at the imagery.
Yeah, that's gross.
Like it's intense. It's a lot of body horror.
Yeah.
It is scary.
Okay.
And one of the things that I'd always heard about him that I'd never read until now, but you always hear, it's like there's nothing in like Western literature that prepares you for like this hardcore Japanese graphic manga horror. And I think that's true. I fully intend to read more of his.
Cool.
This was a great read.
So and then that was it. Other than
what did you think of that one? I'm curious.
I did not like this as much as you did.
I loved that
I think
one.
you hyped me up for this. It was fine. It was a mid-level. And I'm not a werewolf. The werewolf's be responsible.
I'm not usually either.
I'm not really a werewolf person. There was a cute dog character in it. I did appreciate Wolf, the dog. There was a dog named Wolf, and I liked Wolf. So it was mid-level. It was fine. How about you?
I read number 29, Monster Blood 3. So I've now read all 3 of the Monster Blood so far. I think there's a Monster Blood 4 that's like the very last.
Yeah.
Monster Blood 2 was better than Monster Blood 1 to me.
You said that.
Monster Blood 3 missed the mark. I read it very quickly. It just, it felt kind of unnecessary. It was the same character kind of doing the same thing. It felt like not an original premise.
Yeah.
And there wasn't anything that really grabbed me ever. There's all the same like components he throws in. There's the bully, there's the annoying relative kid.
Well, that's in everything. I feel like that's in everything. The annoying sister.
I think he kind of tried to make it feel like the others, but something about it just, I don't know, felt unnecessary is the word I keep coming back to.
And, that makes sense.
Not my favorite.
This one sounds stupid. You Can't Scare Me. And I think there's
that's the one with the mud monsters on the cover.
Yeah, so I'm already kind of
My next is It Came From Beneath the Sink. And that's a very Goosebumps title
that is a fun. That sounds
fun. So we'll see how that one goes.
So we'll see. But yeah, that was our week. I hope all of you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're enjoying the Christmas season so far.
Boone's invading
And
again.
yes, our dog is now, he's going to knock over the camera, so we better go.
But he's our handsome dog.
And there's Wells, our son.
He got his haircut. So it's all,
All right. Bye, Booze.